Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to end the video. This is a paid request for Shawn. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. This is one of the... I did quite a few requests Shawn has sent, and this time it is of Friday, which to me is an absolute classic. Now, I will be watching the theatrical version because I think that the extended cut sucks. It adds scenes that doesn't need to be added in there. Now, sadly, when it came out on Blu-ray, it was only the extended cut, but if you go on YouTube, they have the theatrical cut on there. And there's other places too. But I'll put it this way, if you're on my Facebook and you really need help for the theatrical, message me on Facebook and I'll get you taken care of. I'll put it that way. Because the theatrical cut is out there. Or if you have the old DVD with the snapper case, like I do, trust me, it's out there. So, with that said, that is the version I'm watching. That's the version I grew up with. That's the version I think is much better. And that's the version that should be on physical media in the future. Because the deleted scenes added in don't really add anything new and really just screws up the pacing, which I thought was perfect. But I'm paused at the beginning. Hour and 31 minutes, 23 seconds. Oh, yeah. Thank you once again, Shawn, for the request. If anyone wants to request any other type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. I'll get to it as soon as I can. It could be any topic, reaction, review, re-review, random thoughts, commentary, streams, topics, movie news, whatever the case may be, and I'll do what I can. When I can. So I'm paused at the beginning. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. I know this, but I'm gonna get you high today. It's Friday, you ain't got no job, you ain't got shit to do. One of my favorite films of this year, Friday. If I did a top 10 favorite comedies of all time, this would easily be in there. I love Friday. I saw this on VHS tape. Remember having the VHS tape with the yellow cover, which I have the DVD snapper case right there. And thought it was hilarious. I know Ice Cube, this was his brainchild because at that time there was a lot of hood films showing how violent and awful it is in the hood. That just is violent, and he said, well, yeah, I was in some of those films like Boys in the Hood, but we had fun there as well. So he wanted to show a different side, a lighter side, which is the case in this. And this was a gamble because Ice Cube and a comedy, can he handle a comedy? The studio wanted someone more familiar as Smokey, the sidekick, so they wanted like Chris Rock or someone else. Instead, Ice Cube and the other writer, DJ Pooh, was big into Def Comedy Jam. They saw this guy, Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker failed his first audition, but worked on it, did it again, nailed it, and became... who's a great asset to this. Like, Chris Tucker's hilarious in this. And this catapulted his career. Just before this, Chris Tucker was in a small bit in House Party 3. I think Meteor Man as well. But this he did. After this, Chris Tucker did. He was in a Quentin Tarantino film, Jackie Brown. He was in The Fifth Element. Films like Dead Presidents. Stuff of that nature. Then he got to star in films like Money Toss, which is a fun one. And then Rush Hour. Now, granted, for the past, like, 25 years, he's only done, like, 6 films. And 3 of them are Rush Hour movies. But I guess you never got tired of him. Now, I keep hearing he was on the Epstein Island list. So, I know who Epstein is. I know what that could mean. I'm hoping that some did not know. I know it's me being very ignorant and very head in the sand. I know, but as I want concrete proof. I know. I don't want to. I don't want that to be the case, man. So I guess we'll see. Now this lady here is Esther from Sanford and Son. Well, fuck you. Half dead motherfucker. But that's Esther from Sanford and Son. But yeah, Chris Tucker, I've liked him in the again Money Talks, and which I have the Blu-ray of it over there. I love to rewatch that again someday. And then Ice Cube, because success of this got 2 sequels, which you had Mike Epps in those sequels. All About the Benjamins, which I thought was a fun one. Did more movies like Are We There Yet? And other, even Ride Along with Kevin Hart. The reason he's able to get those is because showing to do comedy and this. Now, Ride Along I think sucks. I'm not a fan of Ride Along or Ride Along 2, but this, I think Ice Cube played his role well. He was just the straight man to Chris Tucker. And rest in peace, Johnny Witherspoon is hilarious. Now, see, in the extended cut, this scene is screwed up because you in the kitchen, in the goddamn refrigerator, eat up all the food. What's that? I like pig feet. Now, see, before it cut to this wide shot, there's like all this stuff added in that wasn't needed, and just mess with the flow. Like it was deleted for a good reason. Put some milk on that damn shit, or water in that damn shit. Which I think that line was changed in the extended cut. I don't think he's cussed. I'm not sure if he said put water in that damn shit in the... if he cussed in the extended cut. Like I said, the extended cut wasn't needed. I don't know why they forced that to be the cut people watch on the Blu-ray. Give people the choice. Yeah, this twerp kid. Don't knock these over. Yeah, you're gonna get your comeuppance later, kid, you little fuck nut. Fuck you, punch. Motherfucker. Oh yeah. Where's my food? I didn't cook this for you. I just noticed the cereal's called Crunchies, not Captain Crunch. Like, it's got the Captain Crunch person on it, but it's called Crunchies. You need a wig. You need a job. Puh. I watched this so many times when I was a kid, man. So many times. A kid. 12 when it came out. By the time it came to VHS, maybe I was like 13. Probably saw it. Now, the girl who plays his sister's Regina... I want to make sure I did it right. Because there's Regina Hall and there's Regina King. I think she's Regina King. And then the possible girlfriend is Regina Hall. I want to make sure I get that. Nia Long. So Nia Long, God. See, I'm totally bad with names. I'm terrible with names. Nia Long is the girlfriend. Regina King is the sister. I don't get fired on your day off. I can remember lines died, but I can't remember actors' names. But yeah, Regina... Regina King, who plays the sister, she's been quite a few stuff throughout the years. She was Will Smith's wife in Enemy of the State. She was also in a supporting role in Mighty Joe Young, the remake with Bill Paxton. She was in Miss Congeniality 2. So she's been in quite a few films. Regina King. And then the girlfriend, Nia Long, I think her and Regina were both in Boys in the Hood along with Ice Cube. And John Witherspoon just great in this role. And sadly, he's passed away. Because Johnny Witherspoon passed away. Tiny Lister Jr., who plays Debo, he passed away. Later, we're going to see Bernie Mac, and sadly, he passed away. Just a damn shame. Hey, she lie. I know, whoop her ass. Beat her ass. That girl gone. It all felt, I mean, apparently a lot of this is like either autobiographical or, from other pieces of life experience. You kind of feel that. Just the interactions between the characters, they feel natural. There's good timing. And it's also very simple. It doesn't go to crazy, ridiculous hijinks of... It kind of keeps it all in this kind of one spot, for the most part. Outside of the house or inside the house, this one area. And I kind of like that. It's all centered in one location, one central area. I don't know, just something about that really felt appealing. Sometimes the simplicity of something that shows like what you can accomplish, comedy or whatever the case, using what little you have, makes it seem a bit more impressive. Look for a job. The word today is job. Job. Oh, there's like, where's my food? I didn't cook this for you. We ain't got no milk. Put some water in it. And like, this film was cast well. They did a great job on the screenplay. They have people that became stars like Chris Tucker. People like Ice Cube that showed they could do more than just what people thought they could do. I remember when I first saw the VHS, like it was New Line Cinema, and what was cool about videotapes back in the day is kind of the mystery of what trailers are going to be at the beginning, and then you watch, you go, oh, there's that trailer and that trailer, okay. Faison Love as Big Worm. What's it, Big Burn? I mean, Big Worm? Now, Faison Love, I know he's one of those guys that talks a big game on the internet. If you look up clips from him, he'll say some outrageous shit. They go, what are you saying, dude? But I gotta admit, at times I still find him rather funny. And he trashed, who was that asshole? God, I already forgot the damn, Cat Williams. Which I'm not a fan of Cat Williams, so anyone that trashes him, I'm kind of for. Especially when he did that stupid, dumb interview that people jizzed over. And I'm like, he might have gotten 3 things right, but he didn't read no damn 10,000 books in 2 years, what the hell he said. And I don't think Harvey Weinstein went up to him and said, Mr. Cat Williams, in front of you people, may I get on my knees and suck your dick, Mr. Cat Williams? Which is what he said in the interview, and no one called him out on it. Well, I was supposed to be in Big Mama's house too, the one with him and his son. I'm like, you mean like part 3? And then just the damn dates and stuff wrong. You have to be a dumb motherfucker to get fired. Did you fire your day off? Just Trish Tucker just brought a lot of insane energy to it. There's a lot of insane energy. Maybe even 4. And that's the thing with Chris Tucker. I mean, that's the word. Again, I don't know about the Epstein thing. I don't know what. I mean, I know he does. Like I said, I don't know. I guess I'm just. My pessimistic self is trying to be optimistic for something at least that, you know. But as an actor, it is surprising that, like I said, past 25 years, he only did like 6 movies, and 3 of them were Rush Hours. And I like the first 2 Rush Hour, but. And the other 3 was like Silver Linings Playbook, something else, and Air, the one about the Nike shoes, Ben Affleck and such. But the thing is, like, Chris Tucker, he would never do a film like this nowadays because, like, he found religion and he's like, I can't be cursing that way, I can't be talking that way, and kind of a shame because, again, it's like he was rising up, he had money tossed, and then again, Rush Hour was big, Rush Hour 2 was fun, but then it just ended like that and just, I don't know. Well, I'd like to have seen a couple more movies out of him starring with this type of energy. Now, Tiny Lister Jr. is Debo. Now, also, before I forget, in the backdrop, like, with Chris Tucker in them, I didn't know this for the longest time. It's Michael Clark Duncan. The Michael Clark Duncan. I like the music they had with Debo. Boom, 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 boom. It's like Jaws, but not quite Jaws. Oh, that bite. So I'm just waiting for the Michael Clark Duncan. It's when you did, when it cuts the reaction of Chris Tucker, you'll see in the group is the big tall guy. Yeah, right there. That big tall guy, like that big guy with the bald head, is Michael Clark Duncan. That's, you know, right behind. Yeah, right behind that. That's Michael Clark Duncan. May he rest in peace. From the Green Mile, the Ben Affleck Daredevil film, Armageddon. Yeah, not the fuck out. Man. Sorry, now I'm just watching the film. I apologize. But the guy who got knocked the hell out, DJ Pooh as Red, he was the guy who helped co-write the film, and he's the guy that the original plan was that since Ice Cube and DJ Pooh were writing the film, those two would be the stars of the film. So DJ Pooh was going to be Chris Tucker's character. But then the studio wanted someone a bit more popular, so hey, maybe Chris Rock or Tommy Davidson. But then it's like, well, actually, we found this guy Chris Tucker. He'd be great for it. But DJ Pooh got to be in it. I guess DJ Pooh directed The Wash and Three Strikes. I did he help co-produce some video games? Did he really? He was a writer and co-producer of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, as well as Grand Theft Auto 5? Well, no, he's not a writer on that. Says he's involved with it somehow, but yeah, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, he had a hand in co-producing and writing. Wow. Okay. DJ Pooh. But yeah, Tiny Lister Jr., may he rest in peace, as Debo, always played such a intimidating villain. I mean, he just had that great look and that voice. Of course, I remember him, first time I saw him was No Holds Barred as Zeus. And then they try to have, because they wanted to market No Holds Barred, they had him and Macho Man Randy Savage versus Hulk Hogan and, was it Brutus the Barber Beefcake, I think? So. But yeah, Tiny Lister Jr. were going to be in a lot of stuff afterward. I mean, he was in Trespass. He was in Men of War with Dolph Lundgren. The Fifth Element, he was the president. He was in Witchmaster 2 and Jail Cell. He'd come back for the sequel next Friday. Make it enough. Great soundtrack too. I mean, I may not be I'm far from a connoisseur of rap, but I like a lot of these songs. They're catchy. Ding ding dong, ring a ding 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 dong. Keep their heads ringing. Ding ding dong, ring a ding 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 dong. Now this is Anthony Johnson's Ezel. Sadly, he passed away, 2021. So yeah, another guy who's no longer with us. He was in films like Baps, I Got the Hookup, The Players Club, Menace to Society. I guess he was in Lethal Weapon 3 before this. But yeah, sadly in 2021 he passed away. It's where they come up with like this guy who's Asian. But I guess when I thought they were going to do more with that character where he was actually going to talk, going to speak, going to have any kind of actual scene, but all is just that gone scene, so. No, I think that's the director himself, F. Gary Gray. Yeah, I think that is the director himself. He even wet over here. And yeah, I could be wrong, but I believe that is the director as the store employee. And F. Gary Gray at this point, he had only done music videos, but I guess Ice Cube felt comfortable working with him, thought this guy could work with him. And you see what he did afterward. I mean, Set It Off wasn't too bad of a movie. The Negotiator, that's a bit of an underrated one with Sam Jackson. A Man Apart, I haven't seen in a long time. The Italian Job was pretty good. Law Abiding Citizen I quite liked. I would say this is my favorite F. Gary Gray film, but Law Abiding Citizen may be my second favorite. Stop the shit. And one more time. Yep. He did sound like wobbly. But I see also the director Straight Outta Compton, The Fate of the Furious. And then he did Men in Black International, which I would say is the worst film he did. And Lift with Kevin Hart, which I never saw, but apparently not a lot of people liked it. But yeah, I definitely would say Friday, Law Abiding Citizen, and the Negotiator, Italian Job. Those would be my favorite films of his, my top four. Hey, Miss Parker, we don't let me fight, Miss Parker. Now, I believe this lady here, Miss Parker, I think she was a model on The Price is Right for the longest time. Like, the model to show the products, and then there was some defamation lawsuit Bob Barker had, and she testified on something, and I know she wrote a book later on. I never read it about The Price is Right, but yeah, I believe that she was a model on The Price is Right. We don't let me fuck, Miss Parker. I know, I mean, of course, that's Friday. They did that. At that point, Chris Tucker did not want to play those kind of roles anymore. I think once he got the Rush Hour money, like I said, he didn't want to do those kind of pot smoking, vulgar comedies. It was just, Rush Hour films a lot more cleaner in its humor. They're PG-13. And considering how much he got paid for Rush Hour 2 and 3, he didn't really need to work anymore. By the way, I did like the nod to Cheech and Chong, where the poster of Up in Smoke we saw in the room was it Smokey's room. You a hype. God put this on the earth for me and you. And of course, we have a bit of his ode to Michael Jackson doing some moves in a bit. But I mean, you want to talk about a star-making role performance. Chris Tucker definitely brought it with this, and it would have been cool to see him in the sequels. I think they definitely would have made them fairly different. Mike Epps did a good job in part two. I like Next Friday. I think Next Friday is fun. Not as good as this one, but Next Friday I do quite enjoy. I find a lot of fun, hilarious moments in that. The third one I'm not a fan of. I didn't think that was funny at all. Bernie Mac, may he rest in peace. The great Bernie Mac. So sad when he passed away. The Cindy Sin. City Sin. Good. 2010. Some cataracts. Lord have mercy. Miss Parker? The weed knows. This is Hector, I believe. The guy who partied with Smokey and got him angel dust, which we find out they. I don't think we find out yet. Or maybe we do. Is angel dust Holmes? Yeah, I think we'd find out here. Yeah. Yeah, then he does the spasms. Is angel dust Holmes? Him trying to do a little bit of Tony, Montana. Which he's done that from time to time throughout his short career. I know he did that in Money Tots. What'd you say, Frank? Like, watching this, like I say, it's... this film only came out in 1995. I mean, I know it's a long time ago, but it's not like it's 1955 or 1975. It's 1995. And just how many people have passed away from Tiny Lister Jr. to Anthony Johnson to Bernie Mac to Johnny Witherspoon to Tiny Lister Jr., Johnny Witherspoon, Bernie Mac, Anthony Johnson. Even that's a lot. And this is too bad, though. And this did well in the box office. It did not cost that much to make, and did well at the box office, well enough, but it was on video where it really turned heads, where it became a huge seller on VHS tape. I think what helped it had a great trailer. Because the trailer, I remember the song, hip, hop, hippity hop, don't stop. And the way it would cut to the scenes and the timing. Never, 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 ever come back here. Okay? Like, they did such a great job editing that trailer together to make you hyped for the film. I can't remember where I saw the trailer first. Now, on VHS, when it opened, you would have advertisements for the soundtrack. I think 7, the trailer for that, was in front of this. I think that was the first time I saw the trailer to 7. And probably Mortal Kombat. And I think Nature of the Beast with Lance Henriksen and Eric Roberts. Then at the end of the video, you had music videos. I think 2 of them. I think Keep Your Head Ringing and a song from Ice Cube. I think those were the 2 songs. One from Ice Cube and one ding 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 dong, Keep Your Head Ringing. Ice Cube is probably the song Friday. I think those were the 2. The Battle of the Dueling Flannels. You bitch. I've stolen that from time, the way he says that. You bitch. I have stolen that from time to time. I think that he tries to leave here and... me see if I can find any trivia on this. That's why if you hear me type in, that's what I'm doing. 7.2 on IMDb. Pretty fair, good rating on there. This damn phone always calling and hanging up. Back to the day where you didn't have a cell phone, where you didn't have to worry about going back in and out, or maybe you could check to see, maybe in this era, caller ID. Another recognizable person, Tony Cox, right here, who throws the brick. Tony Cox would appear, for example, Bad Santa with Billy Bob Thornton. He would appear in that. Sadly, I think that's the last time we see Bernie Mac, but it's still nice to see him in there. Try to remember in the deleted stuff where we saw them in the house. Can't remember. Because I watched that extended cut one time, and I'm like, I don't like this. You know. I do like that camera pan. Thought that was actually pretty cool. Like, you see them turn and Chris's face, then doing it all in one take, one shot. Yeah, you ain't gonna do jack. See, the neighborhood in which Friday is set is the same South Central LA area in which F. Gary Gray spent his childhood. Principal houses that were used for filming were houses of old friends of Gray. Scene where Debo punches Red, causing him to fly through the air as Gray's childhood home. This movie was filmed in 20 days. The film was shot on 126th Street and Normandy in South Central LA, known territory of the Crip Street Gang. Red clothing of any kind was banned from set because the bitter rivals, the Bloods, would wear distinctive red bandanas. The crew and cast wanted to not be assaulted for appearing to be Bloods gang members, so again, red clothing of any kind was banned. So that's why I figured. Apparently, a lot of the dialogue Chris Tucker says was improvised. The clothes that Ice-T wears at the beginning and end of the movie are the same clothes he wore at the end of Boys in the Hood? Huh, I didn't notice that. I think this Cypress Hill, I think this music. Bill's like, out though. Oh yeah, bye Felicia. That'll be coming up later. Bye Felicia. I think it's coming up here. Actually, yeah, coming up here. That's what you want. This became like a fun meme, but good delivery by Ice Cube. Thing coming up, yeah, coming up here. I don't give a fuck. You're right here. Trade. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Hey, tripping? He definitely tripping. Okay, so other people that okay, LaWanda Page, Bernie Mac, Yvette Wilson, Michael Clark Duncan, Ren- Reynaldo Ray, John Witherspoon, Tom Lister Jr., and Anthony Johnson passed away. Let me check real quick. For some reason, I think this was longer in the extended cut. I remember, like, the stuff added wasn't really worth adding back in. Say, Ronaldo Ray was Red's father, who came out of the car and said no and get back in. He was in White Man Can't Jump. He was in House Party 3. Yvette Wilson, I think that's the lady who played Smokey's mom. I think that was the case. Again, I'm bad with names. And there's Nia Long, or Nia Long. So she was in Boys in the Hood. She would later be in Soul Food, In Too Deep, Stigmata. That's funny. Actually have a request to watch and review Stigmata, so I'll be on the lookout for her. Held Up. That's right, with Jamie Foxx, which I actually remember not minding that film. Big Mama's House 1 and 2. That's right, she was in those. 47 Meters Down Uncaged. I didn't see because I didn't like the first one. Oh, did she play? Oh yeah, she played the mom in Missing. That film that's like a sequel to Searching, but not really, but it kind of is. It's, are they in the same universe? Because like Searching, the movie happened, and then someone took that and made it a. It was adapted into some show that the girl was watching, and then we go into her story. Bitch says she looks like Janet Jackson. More like she looks like Freddie Jackson. She's like, what? No, he didn't grab you, right? Am I tripping? Yes, you're tripping, dude. Majorly tripping. Let's do you. Sorry, I know I'm being silent. I'm just watching the film because it's been so long since I've seen this. Yes, shit. I've done that before too. Just have the towel. Or that's fuck. But you don't like her. Maybe being honest. I'm high. Lucky. Johnny Witherspoon. But told you. You didn't tell me shit. Was like, don't slam my door. Big worm. Fuck you, fat boy. My money. I remember this. And then him trying to count the money. 60, 40, 100. He takes the money, then flips and counts it again. Like I said, they did a good job with the trailer selling the movie. That made me intrigued to see what this was about. Just like, man, if I'm laughing because of stuff in the trailer, I wonder how the actual movie is. I'm gonna kill you and him. Worm. Come on, big perm. Me big worm. Now, I remember hearing a story that Faison Love and Chris Tuck. This is a bit here. That's the thing, not having people like Tris Tucker, Phase on Love, other people in the sequel. Like I said, the second one is still fun, but definitely lost a bit of its what could have been when some of those components are gone. We'll kill you and him. But apparently, Chris Tucker, Phase on Love, they thought that. Wait, 1 second. Where's my Fritos? Fat boy. I always loved the way he said that. My money. Something about that. Like I said, Phase on Love, if you watch interviews with him, he'll say the craziest stuff. You know, what? But I just find his demeanor just very funny. Like the way he says things. I just find hilarious. So, like if you, I remember watching him on a Dinner for Five with Jon Favreau. He appeared a couple because he worked with Jon Favreau on the film Made, I believe, and I think he was also in Couples Retreat. And like there's the one with Bruce Campbell, Rob Zombie, Roger Corman, Jon Favreau, and then Phase on Love's there. Like that's a fun one. There's another one, I think, with Michael Rappaport and Jon Favreau and him, and it might have been the lady who was in Deep Blue Sea and one or two others. Remember that being a fun, like Dinner for Five was actually a fun show. Hard to find that nowadays, like the full bits. Like I said, hard to find. Like if I type Dinner for Five, well, actually, let me see. Has anyone uploaded it? Some of them. The two with Kevin Smith. But yeah, it's gonna be a bit hard to find other than that. Yeah, the only two so far is the two with Kevin Smith. So, but yeah, I do remember really enjoying that. I don't even know where you would find that online. I have them on DVD, but like I said, I don't even know. I'm curious. Sorry, I know I'm just being one sec. Yeah, who is that bitch? Putting his buddy under the bus. Yeah, it's tough to find that now. I'm sure with the sleuths you can find it somewhere, but if you can, like, it's a fun show to flip through and watch. Yeah, Chris Tucker definitely has some good physical comedy in this as well. And what's funny is that when I look at like my favorite comedies, a lot of them do end up dealing with pot, weed, stoner, and I have never smoked it, never cared to smoke it. I know some people assume I have, I just because of the way I look. I just look like Shaggy from Scooby Doo or something. But I honestly have never done it. I just never felt the need. Honestly, when I was younger, never it was never had the opportunity to get it. And then because I lived in the middle of nowhere in a farm in Iowa, and that stuff wasn't around where I was at. And now it's like, nah, I never cared to try. I just have no interest. Just like I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke cigarettes. I drink soda, Mel Yellow, and I know that's not good for you, like any soda. But I figure that's good enough for me. Just have one vice. You know, don't. I just, oh well. But a lot of them, like Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, I love. Cheech and Chong's Up and Smoked and the sequel Next Movie, I love. This film, I love. And that's four right there that I would put either in my top 10 or top 15, along with films like The Golden Child, See No Evil, Hear No Evil. Gotta have to think about that. Clerks, among other stuff. Big Lebowski. I know Golden Child, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, The Big Lebowski, Clerks, those would be up very high. Those four I know would be in my top 10. Friday, I would have to put in my top 10. Cheech and Chong's Up and Smoke, I'd have to put somewhere in my top 10. He had the money and got screwed over. Now, who the fuck is that bitch? Got screwed over. Got screwed over. Could have had it. Yeah, sorry about the cats. Especially when it gets nighttime, they want to be, they want to be outside, but then it's the middle of nowhere, and it's like, no, you can't be outside because there's animals outside that they're hunting at night and could grab you. Because there are, I mean, it's Texas, middle of nowhere. Well, might as well be. I mean, there are other animals out there. So. Again, so sorry sometimes you hear cats meowing at night. One of the first times we get to see Chris Tucker do a bit of drama. Which then later he would do in some, the couple of his latest stuff he's been in that were supporting roles. I thought this was a nice little moment that, granted, we've been having such a good, fun, lighthearted momentum, and some may feel, oh, well, this seems kind of, okay, now it's fairly serious. But I thought it fit where it didn't get too overblown, too overboard, and, because what I liked about it is we've seen Johnny Witherspoon as his goofy, silly dad, in the bathroom scene and the dog bit his ass and stuff. But this is a nice moment where he really comes through for his son. You win some, you lose some. But you live. You live to fight another day. It shows a sense of reality to the film. Shows that deep down he cares for his son. He's a good dad at the end of the day. and he means well despite the silly goofiness stuff. He means well, and then of course is a good note for the third act of the film. I remember when I first saw it, when he pulled the gun out, when he shot, I thought, oh shit, he really did kill the guy. I'm like, oh man, this took a turn, dark turn. I was having fun, but then it shows the flashes and it shows, oh, he didn't really shoot, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I was kind of like, it could have turned into a Boys in the Hood Men's Society type of thing, but he learned something, beat him up, and lived to fight another day. Of course, that movement, that pose, was used in a lot of the marketing, and particularly the DVD, the VHS cover. I know the poster on Wikipedia is different. I guess that's a theatrical poster. It was just them sitting and staring at the camera. But yeah, I like the one better that's over here. Maybe because I'm just so used to that one. There you go, speak the Spanish. What's up, Elvis? Latino Elvis. Debo. Oh yeah, Debo Tate says, like, my mama gave me that. And the way he runs and like his arms turn to jelly. You don't cry in the car. I think I've stolen that too. You don't cry in the car. This just worked. I don't want to say lightning in the bottle because I do like the second film, but it works so well with this. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm paused at 1 hour, 26 seconds, unpaused now. I'm sure it didn't work. I was trying to get that cat to quiet down. It probably won't work, but... It's a cat you guys haven't seen, so... It's a cat I haven't showed yet. But... Just an annoying one. Shut. I'll be quiet. I talk to you. Be oh, here it is coming up. Yeah, coming up here. But see his arms. They spaghetti. He would cry in a car. Here's the Starface thing. Ain't that right, Frank? I know he does a little bit of Tony Montana and Money Talks as well. And Tony Cross has had enough of her cheating ways. This just had a lot of the right components. It just like you. I think what is that while yes, there are times where like we went to the store and stuff, you kind of felt like after a while you're just the third party hanging out with these guys. Like you get to see through their eyes kind of what this neighborhood's like and the cast of characters and how throughout one day sort of the crazy situations to get through. Ah, that is the film Man's Best Friend. It's your ass, Mr. Postman. I know I've stolen that from time to time. I love that, the way he says it. But yeah, that's from the film Man's Best Friend, which was a New Line Cinema movie. So it made sense. Like, hey, do you have a New Line Cinema film about a dog? Yeah, Man's Best Friend, which came out like 93. So it had not come out that long ago. But I think they changed the music, because I know that's not the music. The music sounds like something from the, I don't know, 60s or something. I don't know. But, so it's weird. Like, they were able to use the footage, but they, not the music, I guess. Uh, Unless that is the music, and it's been a while since I've seen Man's Best Friend. So maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't think that was the music in the movie. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong on that. But I know that's from the movie Man's Best Friend. This is when he finds out who his real day really is. I like the music here. Ba-dun-dun-dun-dun. I don't know if they needed to add the little fart when she gets out. I like that even the mom is mocking her. She's a big one. Even the mom, like, doesn't hold back on that. She's a big one. And his reaction, God damn. She's got a wig. I would say I'll loan you the money, but you gotta pay me some interest. Okay, if I need to pay you 200, I want 300 back. I remember that's how the movie trailer ended. Come back here, okay? I remember that being at the end. Like, who is this guy? Like Chris Tucker. Like, who is this guy? Like, you just see like a new comedic star just from the trailer alone. I mean, and then, yeah, there's the cat again. I apologize, folks. I know it'd be annoying. Trust me, I know it can. Exactly. Wider than all outside. Again, sorry, I'm being silent, not talking about it. Because, I mean, when you look at the film, there's not a whole lot to talk about in terms of, the cinematography, the backdrop. So I said pretty simple stuff, like, some houses, stuff of that nature. Is really based on the talent of the cast and the ability to riff on the dialogue. For some reason, I seem to think something about this was longer in the director's cut. Something about that, I don't know. Because, like I said, I saw the director's cut one time, and I'm like, nah, never again. It was true about the Blu-ray. There's a little making of, but they should have had both cuts of the film. I don't understand that. I don't understand that notion of the cut that most people watched, the cut that most people grew up with, the cut that people fell in love with in terms of your movie. This is how people found your movie. This is how people found and thought you was beloved, enjoyed, was that cut, was that version. And then you don't want to give people that version. Instead, you're like, oh, we'll add a couple of scenes, mess up a bit of the pacing, and now you're forced to have that cut. You're forced to enjoy that cut, trick yourself in enjoyment because it's not on Blu-ray in any other format. Any other cut, I should say, is not on Blu-ray. And that just, there are multiple Blu-rays that have other cuts of films on it. It's not like it's never been done. So you can't say, oh, well, we don't have the ability to do it. Yes, you do. You absolutely do. So it's like, what are you doing? My Bloody Valentine. Do I have it here or is it over there? It might be over there. My Bloody Valentine has multiple cuts of the film. Yeah, it's over there. I mean, I believe it does. Let me check real quick. My Bloody me just double check. Talking about the one from Stream Factory. Yeah, 4-tier presentation of both versions of the film. Okay, there you go. That's My Bloody Valentine from Stream Factory. How much I complain about Stream... Even that release, I complain about the interviews, how I don't like how it should have been one connected, edited documentary, not separate interview with separate opening and closing credits. But it was cool to have those cuts in 4K, both of them. And that kid deserved it. They wanted to beat your ass, and they're doing it. Warned you, you motherfucker. So they're like, that has both versions. You could have had both versions of this film. Slowly creeping up. Drive by. Trying to look at his setup that he has in his room. There's a chair that looks kind of like a beanbag. There's, of course, his bed. Got a TV right there on the dresser. What's that? Yeah, records. I mean, it's 1995, so I guess, yeah, not everybody has a computer at home, especially in 1995. So... Best we should stay in the house, yeah. Damn, Smokey screwed it up for them. Oh, yeah. He does that little thing on the bed. It's those little bits there that make it a bit funnier. Big hole, big, I don't give a damn. Tweeds. Yeah, I'm sorry I've been just sort of silent for a bit. I've just been enjoying the film. Maybe if I pay attention, if I just force myself, because I remember a lot of the dialogue anyway. Because this is when, who's that? The actual drive-by. Because, yeah, they'll be hiding for a bit. He'll take a peek. Fuck you. Laughing when they're hiding like the dumpster or something. I know there's been talk of Ice Cube wanting to do a fourth Friday for a long time. Something about the company who owned it, they would not let him have the rights to it and was fighting them over the rights to it and the ability, the money to be able to make it. and how he has like an idea or direction he wants to go in. At this point, I don't think I want to see a Friday movie in this day and age where the characters are that much older. I mean, how old is Ice Cube? Let me look. He's 55 years old. Okay, so he's younger than I thought. But it's like, what more can you do with a Friday in today's age? Would they have to comment on the issues of today? Chris Tucker, he's not that kind of guy anymore, so would he come back as a reformed Smokey if he did decide to come back? And a Smokey that's cleaned up and, I don't know. Obviously, he's not going to be talking, acting like Smokey, so some people may be disappointed. I may be interested to see Chris Tucker and Mike Epps in the same movie. That might be interesting. That might be cool to see. But I don't know, I just don't. Comedies that happen so many years later very rarely work. It did not work for Dumb and Dumber 2. I thought that film was so unfunny, so disappointing. And Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels didn't have it. There's like one joke I thought worked, which is when they traveled and they went back and they go, "Wow, you look just like your mom." And they followed the wrong address on the envelope. Like, that's the one joke I laughed at. The rest of the movie, I thought it was very lazy and just shock value. Just didn't think it was funny. Hated Dumb and Dumber 2. Bad Santa 2, I thought that was terrible. I thought that was awful. I thought it had none of the comedic beats that the first one had. And that what was funny in the first just felt more creepy and sad in the second. Beetlejuice 2, uninspired, unneeded, and again, not funny. So yeah, I'm just not a fan of Beetlejuice 2 at all. This is what I'm talking about, where when I first saw this, I'm like, whoa, okay, what's going to happen? And then he does the gunshot, I went, whoa, this is a change in tone. And then you see, okay, it was him thinking about it, and maybe a cheat. Because you see him pull it, and it seems like it's in the same continuity as us, but, we were tricked. I'm a man without it. Then we come back, okay, he didn't really do that. Now, granted, I mean, Johnny Witherspoon says, you live to fight another day, but do you see how big Debo is? Like, he could break his neck, he could punch him, give him a hemorrhage against his fucking brain. You see how big and gigantic Debo is? Like, he could easily break Ice Cube's back and then break his neck. There you go, nice 2x4 action. Ooh. And the dueling flannels. Which flannel will win? Again, I wonder if that was on purpose, that they both have flannels like this. Looking almost like the same flannel. I like that the mom is ready to shoot him. I thought that was a fun little bit. I see now everybody's like, shoot him. He's not fighting fair. Tell him to get up. Why don't you do something, Johnny Witherspoon? Since you want him to do all the work, why don't you do something, Johnny? If they got that brick was loose, brick to the head would definitely do some damage. There you go. Boom. I think one more time. There you go. Big old knockout punch. Yeah, knock the fuck out. That's my dog. And of course, in the sequel, Debo will want revenge, which that does happen. I mean, I'm glad. I'm surprised. Well, I don't like the third one at all, so it doesn't matter. But I'm surprised they didn't have him in the third movie. But yeah, the third film, I just did not think it was funny at all. I didn't care that it took place at Christmas. Just, like I say, it felt tired at the third movie, let alone if you did a new one. Like I said, comedies, very rarely does a sequel come out after so long and is actually good for a comedy. I can't think of, I'm trying to think of comedies that did work after being so long to come out. I mean, there's some Blade Runner 2049 sci-fi film I liked. The action film Beverly Hills Cop Axel F I liked, which has some humor in it. There's quite a bit of humor in it, I should say. But, I mean, I guess if you call that a comedy, that worked. But then you have, like, Coming to America 2, which did not work. Hated Coming to America 2. Okay, I would not put the knife on his chest. I would make sure to throw that shit as far away as possible. Not put on his chest. Like, Debo could pick that up and go on a stabbing spree. Also, I would think someone would wait there for the cops to come. Because what's to stop Debo from waking up and stabbing some motherfuckers? There's a little bit of glare, well, not right now, but on the right side of the screen. About 30 seconds before, you saw a little bit of, over here, like a little glare, what do you call it, a lens flare. And what's weird, I mean, I know he's in hiding the second film, but yeah, he got this girl here. But in the second film, he's ready to get a new girl. So it's like, well, what happened to her? What happened to Nia Long? What happened to her? Which kind of makes this love bit story kind of useless. But yeah, they didn't know they were making a sequel, and I guess they couldn't get her back. Or maybe they could have, but they didn't know a way to put her in. He gets the phone call. It's over. Bitch! See, I told you I've seen this a while. I mean, I saw this a lot of times back in the day. I may not be good with names, but a lot of these lines still flow back in as I'm watching it. I was bullshitting, and you know this. Maya? I was bullshitting, you know this, man. And Ice Cube, I mean, he would have a very successful career. Like I said, he was in Ride Along 1 and 2. He did a lot of comedies, barbershop films, among other stuff. Man, film still holds up to this day. It's still funny. I still laugh my ass off through multiple bits of dialogue throughout that film. Still great. To this day, still great. I just still have so much fun watching that film, man. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye for now.